President Obama faces increasing criticism at home for his supposed lack of a strategy.
The president should come up with a strategy.
It's not just criticism coming from Republicans.
Even Democrat Al Franken of Minnesota said this week that he was troubled by the administration's lack of a strategy.
We're seeing a vacuum in leadership in this world.
There's been this sort of withdrawal from the world and withdrawal from American leadership.
To not have a goal and a strategy to implement those goals is not very appealing to anyone to join a coalition.
It's long overdue for him to present to Congress, to our allies, and to the American people a comprehensive strategy.
We need to be planning and we need to be providing a strategy.
The fact is they have been on the march now for months, if not years. So why does the president still say we don't have a strategy yet? Doesn't that project weakness from the White House?
People are looking for leadership from the United States of America, and we have these inconsistent messages coming from this administration.
Now, what is the policy? Don't do stupid stuff. He says, well, he's not doing any stuff at all.
As the president, quite frankly, he says all these things, he never does them.
It will be very difficult to campaign on foreign policy successes and very difficult to campaign on the success of Obamacare.
Here's something many Alaskans are not looking forward to in the coming year, paying a lot more for health insurance.
It's more expensive, higher copays, higher premiums.
Obamacare spends too much, taxes too much.
Obamacare has really shifted us into this part-time, anemic economy.
Especially smaller companies are going to shift more to that part-time mentality.
60 to 70% of Nevadans today will tell you that this economy is not improving.
Everything from gas to food to health care costs more for the American people.
They're worried about their jobs, the national security of the country, and predictability for the future.
The so-called recovery hitting the brakes. We added only 142,000 jobs.
It is actually the worst level of job creation in terms of the monthly number all year long.
Overall, a disappointing jobs report for both Wall Street and Main Street.
The economy is weak. It's not nearly what it could be. And it's not a coincidence that it's weak in response to a government that's just stifling economic growth.
The excessive regulation that the government has been pursuing.
The federal government imposes $2 trillion in regulatory compliance costs. That makes it harder for hardworking Americans.
Trying to be more competitive in manufacturing. We can't be a great country unless we are a great manufacturing country.
This engine needs a big-time spark.
I want to make America a more competitive place to invest and innovate.
There are so many different opportunities for us to be a part of a broad, diversified energy policy for our country.
Whether it's our opportunity for biomass, whether for geothermal, whether for solar.
It's also where the good-paying jobs are in Wyoming.
Approve the Keystone XL pipeline.
We should allow liquefied natural gas exports from the United States to make sure all these countries have U.S. energy and U.S. dollars and U.S. exports to make sure that all those jobs are right here.